Hello, I'm Bud and welcome to the channel. As always, thanks for joining me. But if you are brand new, feel free to subscribe, come and join the family. Make sure you all hit that notification bell and you'll never miss one of my videos. But thank you for your view, thank you for everything you do. Thumbs up, comments, it all helps and I really do appreciate it. You know I do. So, we've got another rebuild challenge, right? With Bayern Munich or Bayern Munchen. I've still got this shirt from many years ago. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, right, you've done it with Barcelona and Juventus and United, and each time you just drop them down a division more and you just stick on an extra year for a transfer ban. Well, I'm not doing that. No. There's some similarities from the other three rebuild challenges, but there's also a lot of difference. A lot of difference. There's also going to be 2 save files for you within the same universe that you can try out. Different stages. I'm mixing it up a little bit. Now, why Bayern? Well, I've still got this shirt from many years ago that I bought to film a series on FM23. I can't believe it's that long. This is the thumbnail for Bayern Bud or Bust, and this is loosely based around that series. If you're still around now from then, fucking brilliant. It's like 5 or 6 years ago. Well, I had to watch episode 1 to get the thumbnail, and I didn't realise I'd made a whole intro, and you can see that's the start of where I started to get them ideas to do stories. If you've not seen my stories, go check them out. I might put a link in the playlist for that. So what are we doing with this one? Why is it different? Well, I'm only dropping in one division. Bayern Munich will only be relegated to the Bundesliga 2. Right? Now, similar to all the other rebuilds, they're going to have their money wiped, their sponsorship wiped, their reputation dropped, right? And no debt, but they didn't have any debt. All their staff gone, and all their players over 21 gone. So that's the same. But I think that's it. And that's where the similarities end. So let's have a look. So just like the premise from my very old series on FM17, Bayern Bud or Bust, we're going to imagine that Bayern Munich over the years have dominated the Bundesliga. But sometimes, and it felt like that back then, they were always just cherry picking the best players from other German teams. So I imagined for that series that they'd been done for tapping up players, like severely. We're doing majorly illegal activities, and the Bundesliga were not messing about. Now the Bundesliga in that series put them under a 30-year transfer ban. I came in as the manager once the transfer ban had been lifted. They'd had 30 years of signing no players. Now we're not going to be that extreme, but we're close, because they're going to be under a 10-year transfer ban, and this is going to be a save file in the description that you can download and try it for yourself. You can come in at this point when all the players are gone, the money's been wiped, you need to rebuild the staff, you've been relegated, and you're under a 10-year transfer ban. So that's up to you. I think that's the toughest, maybe. I've knocked down the ticket prices, I've knocked down the season ticket prices, and I've also knocked down the rep. Now in the past on all the other ones, when I've relegated them, I've really reduced the reputation of the clubs, but I've made them still like the best of that league. I've not done that with this. I gave them the lowest rep out of all the clubs in the Bundesliga 2. Now it doesn't put them on the bottom with the bookies. They've got them predicted to be 12th. That's probably because they do have good young players at the very beginning. They're still going to have some top players. I can't pronounce his name. Who's the lad who played for England under 21s? He's in the German team in the World Cup. He's going to still be there. You've got lots of talent and you've got lots of great facilities. I mean, ticket prices may be down, but you're still going to have a lot of season ticket holders, a lot of fans, great stadium to generate money, and great facilities to hopefully, over the next decade, have some good youth intakes. But then that's where your money's got to go, innit? Good staff. Great under 18s, under 19s, under 21 staff, all that stuff. Max that staff out to give you the best possibility of creating good players. Yeah, I think it's hard. I think it's going to be hard. So taking them over so we can look at the finances, and I'm really happy with this because if you've seen the other rebuilds or wiped the finances, I've done the same thing here. But the computer seems to still add money. I think Man United got 50 million. Right? It was a bit annoying. Bayern only got 2.6. They're going to accumulate money over them 10 years. You can spend it on the facilities, keeping them up to date. You can spend it on staff. Spend it on your scouting, mate. I don't even know if that's going to matter, right? I imagine, though, the money will accumulate, but you're starting in not the best place overspending on wages as well. Annoyingly though, the computer's added a load of sponsorships, some crazy ones again, which has annoyed me. Now, I have done this in the past and I've wiped sponsorship, and that's what I've been doing with this rebuild challenge series, and the computer adds it. But I've done it in the past where I've put my own in to try and say, right, well, there you go. And it still adds them. So I've just given up with this. Onto the vision, and the club just wants to get its reputation back. Also made sure the fans want to develop their own players. That's all they're going to be able to do for 10 years is develop their own players. Could this club stay in the Bundesliga too for 10 years? I mean, let's go back here and let's be honest. It's been a bore fest. When did I make my series? Here. And I thought it was boring then, and they've just won it every year since. Well, not for a while now, I don't think. It's going to be a long time before Bayern Munich pick up that big disc again. Staff, gone. But again, it gives you performance analysts. I don't know why. Why does a computer say, right, you need performance analysts? No idea. Here's the squad, arranged by value. There he is, Jamal. That's it, Jamal. Ryan, Alphonso Davies. You've got some good players still. Got a lot of good young ones. I can't look at their ability or the potential. I ain't got an assistant or anything, so I can't see that. But I don't really care because I'm not playing it myself. So this is it. This is the first save file. If you go down in the description, and if this is your first video and you don't know how to do it, just download it. It'll look like a little bit of white paper, right? Open your Sports Interactive folder, then go into your games folder, and there will be all your saved games. Just drag it, drop it in there, load up the game, and you'll be able to play it. But we're not finished yet. No, because I've got a second save file for you. This one, in 10 years, once the transfer ban has been lifted. So they've been under that ban for 10 years. They've now come out of it. They've got Daniel De Rossi as the current manager, and they are, by the looks of it, God, still in Bundesliga too. Oh, but they have had a stint. They've had a stint in the top flight. Look at that. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Finished second. Got relegated 17th. Just finished 9th. Ouchie. So, I don't know what you thought, but this gives you like that platform. Like I always say, if you want to try the first save file and run through a decade being able to buy a player, seeing if you can get back into Bundesliga and good again, just from youth intakes, which will be tough. It would be tough. It's a challenge. Can you do better than that? I reckon you possibly could. Because I bet they haven't sorted the staff out. Quickly look at managers. They've gone through a few there, haven't they? Filippo Inzaghi, he keeps popping up in my videos. Kevin De Bruyne was a caretaker. Really? Yeah, because he was the assistant manager, became the caretaker, and then got sacked. That's cool. So competition-wise, you're in the Super Cup at the beginning. I forgot about that. I'm not that good at this sometimes. But you could win a trophy maybe with your kids from the off. See if you can win that. Obviously, they got promoted, been relegated. This is a very different Bayern Munich. Finances, nothing's changed. You've done nothing. No ownership changes and nothing. Obviously, you start off with a new board, a regen-generated owner. Everyone was sacked in scandal. So yeah, I don't know what I was expecting, but that's tough, isn't it? Now we'll go through the transfers, but we don't need to look at the ins. I just want to look at the kind of amounts we're bringing in. So they were selling players that first year. They have sold some players. Look, Alphonso Davies went that first season. Let's change the value again. How have they? He must, right. I made that mistake with Juventus, didn't I? That must be a future transfer in place. I did that with Juventus. I thought the transfer ban hadn't worked because they brought 2 players in, but there must have been a future fee. A lot of other players have gone here for not the biggest amounts, to be honest. Next year, wow, they're selling off. Selling off. Jamal's gone to Chelsea. They're losing talent, but is that talent being replaced? Well, it must have been at some point because they did actually get into the Bundesliga. Look, so there you go. Not bad, not bad. Stop selling it because I'm guessing all them original good young players have gone. And now it's all about regens, isn't it? Apart from there, look, who's Patrick Manga? Is he real? No, look at him. One of their own. They've lost him. Another one of their own. Lost him. And again, not good. Not what we want to see. So, can you do better than that? Well, I hope so. Check the description. Both save files are there. I'd love to hear if you do try one or the other, which one you fancy, which one you would prefer. We're going to take over the club now to see how much money you could possibly have to spend for a major rebuild. I don't know why, but I thought it'd be more. I thought it'd be more. It is a lot. £500 million in the bank, 231 million to spend, and a shit ton of money in your wages. Don't know who would be interested in signing for you, but that could be fun. You can either go in at the deep end, facing 10 years without being able to buy a player, developing your own talent, really getting into your training if that's what you like to do, or you could jump in now, transfer ban's been lifted, with a nice big purse, but with a complete squad needing. If you want to get anywhere near winning a title or a pokal or anything in Europe, anything like that. And I will say, whichever one you do, sort your staff out, it will help massively, especially if you do the first one. You can get the best under 18 staff and all for your youth team. That helps you have better youth intakes. And then of course you want a top end coaching team to get the most out of the players you have and develop the players you have. And then if you jump in now, again, get your staff sorted, get spending that money. Because looking at the values, there's obviously some players out there. You're not going to instantly build a team to win that league, but you need to build a team to get you back into the Bundesliga. And now with that ban lifted, work at it. I mean, I think this could be fun either way, really. Personally, I'll probably have a go at this one just to have a bit of fun. See if I can rebuild and spend my money wisely. Find some little gems around the world that you can turn into superstars. Yeah, man. Could have well loads of fun. So, with Bayern out of the league for a very long time, apart from that little stint, they got relegated. These are the teams that have been winning it. So, Freiburg, how cool is that? Won the first one without Bayern Munich. And Dortmund had a little bit of dominance. Now Bayer Leverkusen have turned into an absolute force. So that's more interesting. It's mad how teams are going on good runs on, but I love the Freiburg one. That's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Pokal. I mean, Bayern win quite a lot, but you know, it's always been quite mixed anyway. But Bayern were kind of dominating it. But it's been a bit more mixed. Good to see Hertha Berlin and Union Berlin both pick one up, and Frankfurt, to be fair. Now, we're not finished, no, because you still need that platform. I think you still need a basis to say, look, what can I do? And for the first save file, you know what the computer did. What about the second save file? If we jump forward another 10 years, how did the computer spend that money? Will a decade of no ban get this club back on top? Let's find out. Well, here we are now. It's 2042. They've had 10 years without the ban, and they are a Bundesliga team. They've got Højbjerg, the Danish man, as their manager. That's pretty cool. Looks like season tickets have gone back up. Average ticket price has gone back up. They're still in the Allianz Arena. Still massive. Pretty cool stadium, to be fair. But have they been successful? Well then, look at that. Wow. So, we know they got relegated. I think that was the last one. They finished third. Finished second. Got back into the Bundesliga and stayed there for a season. But then finished 17th again and got relegated. Then they won the Bundesliga too. And now they've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years back there. Although they seem to be getting a little bit worse, to be fair. And Christ, they've gone through some managers in those 10 years, haven't they? Quite a few have been sacked. God, you could do a better job. I could do a better job. Competitions, of course, we know about what they've done in the league, but I was hoping that they had a cup win. Nope. They do have a new chairman. He's been in now for what, 5, 6, 7 years. Promotion from within. No idea what it's going to be like, but you won't know what it's going to be like. You'll be starting with UA and Spatch, I'm guessing, if you jump in once the transfer ban's lifted. Where are they with the bookies? Mid-table for this season. But come on. I mean, 10 years, they had all that money to start off. If you did it right, you could, I know in 10 years, if I can turn Oldham Athletic and not from a non-league team into a top 4 team on this game in what, 14 years? We've not had that much money. What could you do with these? Really, realistically, I know the rep took a massive hit, but you could do better than the computer, and we can always do better than the computer. The computer is pretty rubbish at playing this game. Now, I'm taking them over, and we're going to look at the finances, but I just wanted to quickly check the history of the Bundesliga, and it's not changed, has it? It's just Dortmund, Leverkusen. Hertha Berlin, like the 3rd team. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? It's seen Bayern Munich nowhere. Finances have gone down, overspending on the wages. That wage budget's small, isn't it? Yeah, I'm guessing they have to spend that money wisely, surely. So this was the last season we looked at, so let's click on one when they had 250 million to spend. They spent 13, then 4, then 54, fair enough, 80. I mean, they've recouped some there, spent a ton there, wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm going through it quickly. Recouped a bit there, spent a bit. Wow, I mean, this is I think this is fun. If you're looking for something new, something different, and the other ones haven't tickled your fancy, they were quite simple, really, when you look at something like this. Giving you 2 options as well. Very different, not being able to buy players or having money to. But when you look at what the computer did compared to what maybe you could do, I think the computer's masterfully let this club down. All right, you're going to be tough in that first 10 years, but I still think they could have probably done better. I think I could have done better, maybe hanged on to players a bit longer. The good ones you already had. Develop your players better, played a better tactic, I don't know. And then the next 10 years, it's like they've just wasted it. If you have a goal, let me know, please. I need to know what a human being can do. Do you know what a human being could do? Sort out the goddamn staff. Sort it out, computer. Why does the computer not like fleshing its staff out and getting the best? God, it's annoying. It's so annoying. I've got OCD with staff, mate. It irritates me. So there we go. That is the end of the rebuilding Bayern Munich challenge. Bayern needs you, but will you take on that challenge? Could you take on that challenge? Either of them. As the first one's definitely the hardest. The second one's still tough. Just got to spend that money right. The computer didn't, can you? But I still think both of them could be fun in their own ways, and I think this is definitely the hardest challenge out of all 4 so far. Put them under the toughest restrictions. Mainly saved Bayern for this, just because it reminded me of that old series of mine, Bayern Boot or Bust, where I can't believe I still got this. I think I might have worn it in the odd video. But I'm well chuffed, still got it. It's a top little shirt, to be fair. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. If you are brand new, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you all hit that bell. Make sure you catch up with Meat Pie Sausage Roll, my Old Athletic series. There's a couple of seasons of that left before the Road to Anywhere starts, my Journeyman adventure, which has been running for 4 years now, I think. Can't wait for the next bit. Really can't wait for that. But yeah, you take care. Hope you're all ready for Christmas. You've been good, have you? I don't think you have you? I know you. Anyway, take care. I'm Bood. Bye-bye.